doing.
Okay, I want you to stop for a minute. I want
There's
you
a
to think
lot.
of it,
Yeah.
I want you to think of it like I'm the universe
Okay.
and you're communicating to the universe. Now, if I was a universe right now and I was listening to you, I would have no idea what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I
Mm-hmm.
want you to start again and I want you to tell me where you are, where you want to be. Okay? And at
Mm-hmm.
least the universe can know where you don't want to be and where do you want to be. Okay? So start there. Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Hi, Michelle. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. How are you? What is going on, hon?
Okay. Hi. Thank you. Happy to be here. So for me, I'm facing this stuckness in my career and life calling, and it's also tied into some just like enormous life transition and medical stuff that I have going on where I'm just feeling stuck. So the
Mm.
work that I do is I support others in transformation as a teacher, a mentor, a coach. I'm a channel and healer, DJ and musician, as well as a contactee. And people who work with me, they love what I do, and they want to send people to me, and they want me to be doing more. And I just have this sort of contraction around it. Even when I was doing more with music, I had a really hard time with sharing on social media, promoting myself. And it's kind of ironic because I actually have a background in marketing and brand strategy. So,
Mhm.
um,
So let me just, I want to get a little bit more reality because what I find, and for all of us, especially women, we love to talk about the feelings and the ethereal aspect of it rather than the straight facts and reality around it. Okay. So tell me a little bit more. So you have a business. It sounds like there's a lot of things you do.
mhm.
What's the reality around that and what's the situation? You're being stuck, like just not being able to get clients, or I'm not enjoying it, or what, like, what's the actual facts around it?
It feels like I'm being energetically held back. Been through a lot of big moves. I've moved twice in the last year. And I've been sort of just hiding out in because I used to do a lot more work in person when I lived in a major city. And now I live out in the country. And so I had to kind of pivot. And in that time period, I took a copywriting job with one of supporting the company of one of my mentors. And I've just been sort of hiding out doing that. And in the process of doing that, my migraines have gotten really bad, and I'm wanting to be able to pivot from
Okay,
doing.
I want you to stop for a minute. I want
There's
you
a
to think
lot,
of it,
yeah.
I want you to think of it like I'm the universe
Okay.
and you're communicating to the universe. Now, if I was a universe right now and I was listening to you, I would have no idea what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I
Mm-hmm.
want you to start again and I want you to tell me where you are, where you want to be. Okay. And at
Mm-hmm.
least the universe can know where you don't want to be and where do you want to be. Okay. So start there.
Beautiful. Thank you for clarifying that.
Mhm.
I right now I am working a job that is not fulfilling, and I have set aside and backburnered the work that I find really inspiring. And where I would like to be is having my own business again, where I am um, sharing a lot of content and information that I have gathered over 20 years on the spiritual path, and doing that in a public facing way where I am sharing on social media. I have a YouTube channel, a podcast, and I feel a lot of fear and resistance that I've tried to navigate through, but I'm not sure how.
Okay. Let me have a little bit of a reality check for you.
Mm-hmm.
What I heard you say is, I want, I want, I want. A
Mm-hmm.
business has nothing to do with what you want.
Mm-hmm.
Prosperity has nothing to do with what you want. Universal law teaches us that we have to give everything. In fact,
Mhm.
we don't get anything from the external world. We only get from source within, and we give to the world. And
Mhm.
businesses are based off solving problems for other people. Okay.
Mhm.
So the reason why you're stuck is because you're looking to get things from life. That's it. It's that simple.
Okay. I guess an important layer in there is that the whole reason I feel so much about wanting to do this isn't necessarily because of wanting, it's because I feel like I'm here to be of service and
Mhm.
share what I know to help others.
Okay. So I get that. And I know I believe in you. Okay,
Mhm.
Michelle. I believe in you. I know this, but I'm here to help you have a
Yep.
massive breakthrough. Okay.
Okay, great.
What most people do is they think one day I'm going to get all this stuff together. I'm going to start posting on social media. I'm going to launch this YouTube and then I'm going to start serving people, right? They're
Mhm.
organizing all their stuff in the back end. They're planning out their website for the last year. They're doing whatever, right? And instead, and what they do is they end up getting more and more frustrated because they're trying to organize things that is out of exchange of life. Okay. The exchange of life goes like this. Let's just pretend it's in a relationship. Okay. If I want love, I have to give love. Now, I can't have all my life perfect and then decide one day I'm going to start loving somebody in a relationship. I
Mhm.
have to do it every day to every single person I come in contact with. I have to start dating. I have to start living this embodiment. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you're stuck, there's only one reason why you're stuck. It's because it's like a currency of a flow of money. Okay. The money flow is like the water going out of a spigot. Okay. It has to flow. And what happens is they get attached to one side of it and they're not exchanging the energy. Okay. So whether it is, I heard you say your friends like what you do. Did they pay you for what you did, or did they just do like pro bonos with them? What was it that you did that like, oh, we like what you do?
No, I've been their clients that would send other clients.
Okay,
And then
good.
obviously helping support friends and everything as well too. But no, they were clients and referrals.
Okay, so just getting your little real and raw here, just for everyone else. This isn't just about us, right? It's about
Yep.
helping someone else that's listening in as well. Were they paying clients?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So you do have you're already doing what you love to do. I'm confused. I'm so confused now.
Yeah. I am, but I backburnered it to take this other job in order to kind of transition out of the city. And now I'm feeling stuck in getting going and really doing it the way that I want to be doing it.
Okay. So you're going to have to get really more tangible for me.
Okay.
Okay. It's like, let me unstuck a dam. I got to first see what's in there to know
Yep.
how I'm going to excavate it. Okay.
Mhm.
So you're going to have to get more like, are you just calling to see if you can, is there some magic word I'm going to say to have you get unstuck? No, we're going to need a breakthrough of what it is that your perception of it that's happening. Right. So what's the reality versus what is the story?
Hmm.
What is the consideration? What is all that? So, what are the facts of what are you doing every day in your business to move it forward, or are you just stuck? You can't even do that, and what's your story around it?
Okay. Um, the current situation for me is I'm suffering from a really, really debilitating medical condition where I'm able to only work about 10 hours, 10 to 15 hours a week. So I'm kind of and then I'm putting that time toward the job where I can make an hourly wage in order to keep myself afloat financially when where I want to be is putting that energy back into my own services. And the story around it is that there is something that this medical situation is here to teach me. And if I can just figure that out, then the business and all of that will begin to flow again. Or I need to focus on getting the business flowing again,
Okay.
and that
So
energy
again,
will heal me.
if
So it's the
listen,
chicken or the egg.
okay, listen again. If I'm the universe, my head is spinning right now.
Okay.
I can't imagine what your head is doing all the time. Okay. So what you're doing is you're collapsing all the problems and you're meshing all the problems today. That's called insanity. Okay. It's not being able, sanity means we make distinctions and we problem solve. Okay. If I'm a business and I put all of our problems, the whole team's going to be completely overwhelmed. Okay. But
Hmm.
if I say, here is our issues, here's this department, here's this department, here's this department, here's this department, which one would you like to take on first? Okay. So you've got the medical issue. Then you've
Hmm.
got the issue of, hey, I have to have a job to pay my bills. Then you have the issue of, I have a dream over here. I need to fulfill upon that dream. Is that correct?
Mm, yeah.
Okay, cool. So what we want to look is the reason why you're stuck is because you're taking it all on and you're getting overwhelmed because you're piling it all into one category.
Okay.
Okay. So it's kind of like imagine a dancer. A dancer is spinning around in order to not get too dizzy. It needs to have a point, okay? Or if you're in a tornado, right? And you're spinning
Yep.
all around and it's like, whoa, I don't know if I'm up and down, blah, blah, blah. And so you have to focus on one spot. And so what I want you to do, and the answer is take on one thing and one thing only and complete that cycle until you go to the next thing. Okay. So obviously if we were in a session, this is not how we do session work, by the way, right? We would go in and we do deeper healing work because we know there's deeper healing work that needs to be done on the medical side that is all
Hmm.
spiritually based, all illness,
Hmm.
all disease, right? Then there's the breaking through the money mindset of being able to get organized enough to sustain yourself, and then also being able to birth specifically what that soul's calling is and whatever. You've got some work to do, sweetheart. Okay. And I know you've done a lot of work. So it's not like you're a newbie, but it's time to do the real work, which is
Hmm.
I need to get real. I need to get clear of what I'm actually committed to. And I need to write down the problems that I need to solve with truth and then get to doing the actual work instead of just
Hmm.
sitting back and being the effect of all of it. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
How does that feel?
Good. Can you repeat that again? I want to write it down.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So the definition of insanity.
Oh, it was just the last three things. It's
I
fine.
know, but I just wanted
Okay.
to revert, okay, for
Great.
anyone listening in, okay, because we all can be insane at times, okay,
Okay. Yes.
okay. It's not like I'm like dude, I'm calling you up, not calling you out or calling you down, okay. I believe in you wholeheartedly. We all, when the mind gets overwhelmed and whatever, it's because it's like a computer system. We have too many tabs open. Okay. So what we would do just with our computer when we have that death spinning ball, it's because something's jammed up. Okay. Something's
Mhm.
jammed up in you, Michelle. Okay. Which is we have to close down the tabs and then make sure our Wi-Fi is working, make sure our programming is good. And this is all the deep, deep work that would be done
Mhm.
in a true session work, right? But right now
Mhm.
we're just kind of looking at what's really here to have a breakthrough.
Mhm.
The breakthrough is that instead of collapsing everything and getting so overwhelmed, we want to distill it down into the buckets. And the bucket is for Michelle, one is she has a medical condition that she's trying to work through to free up some more energy to be able to do whatever. So that's one thing that has to be handled. Definitely inner work and medical work. This is not in, you need to get medical guidance there, but doing your deep inner spiritual work as well. The second thing is you said, I have a job that I'm taking on because I do that because I need to pay my bills. So there's something that you might have to still do that, right? Because you have to pay your bills, right? And then the third thing is I have a soul's purpose that I know of a calling that's been divinely given an appointment by source, my highest self, that says, this is my true desire. My heart's desire is this. So we have three things to solve here. Now, when we uncollapse those, we now can say, what is the most important thing? Well, I'm going to tell you right now. We know it is doing your deep spiritual work because until you can free up energy from the lack of energy from whatever medical stuff's going on, you're not going to have any energy to fulfill upon your soul's purpose or do whatever. So if I were, and I give advice here, I would never give advice in session work, okay? But this is a call-in thing for advice. My advice is to shelf your soul's purpose for a moment, because what you're doing for others, the universe is saying, sweetheart, you got to first do that for yourself.
Mhm.
So that means we are our own first client.
Mhm.
So everything that you want to do for others, helping them transform, helping them heal, the universe is saying, no, no, no. sorry, we're giving you a soul assignment called you, and your soul's assignment is your soul.
Hmm.
And you need to deal with that first. And it's not allowing you to do this because it's directing us. It's always perfect. The point is there's only perfection.
Hmm.
Do you see that?
Hmm. Yep.
You you got to talk to me right
Oh,
now.
I said, yeah, yeah. I said, yeah, I do.
What new perspective, what new cognition, what new epiphany are you having any revelation around this?
Um, I think just that my my inner drive to always be doing and contributing is maybe a part of myself that I need to give some directed rest so that I can just focus on what this medical scenario is here to teach me and just focus on healing that from all of the different ways, physical, emotional, spiritual, etc.
Okay, great. How does that feel in your level of overwhelm? If you were a 10 before, where would you say you are now?
um Probably about a 6.
Okay, great. What do you think it would take for you to be at a 1?
Relief from financial pressure because I think that's contributing to some of the
Okay.
like stress, right? Stress contributes to
Hmm.
that.
Okay. Let me help you have a breakthrough around that, okay?
Okay.
Someone can have massive bills, and it doesn't mean they need to be stressed.
Hmm.
Stress is a state of mind, and it's a resistance to what is.
Hmm.
Someone can have bills and they go, this sucks, not exactly what I want, but it is what it is. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take inspired action around it. I'm going to take action, but I'm going to choose to not resist it. The gap
Hmm.
of suffering and stress is caused by wanting people, places in life, and our finances in particular to be different in your case, okay?
Hmm.
So the truth is, you are all powerful and all knowing, and you in this moment in time can choose to not have financial stress by the power of your consciousness.
Hmm.
Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, the soul, the spirit consciousness, your true self is saying, hey, you want to help other people, help them heal, help them have transform, help them awaken. You need to awaken and heal.
Hmm.
So it's giving you the exact soul's assignment and masterclass, financially issues and health issues, for you to master your mind and for you to embody being a leader.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay, cool. What are you feeling now?
I'm feeling a bit of longing for the corporate executive I was 20 years ago who didn't have any of these issues.
Mhm. Yeah, ignorance is bliss, but
It
it's
is.
not.
Yep, it
Yeah.
is.
Would you really?
Um, I I would never want to go back to that. There is gratitude for everything that I've learned. And I am just noticing how that feeling is probably a deep representation of the resistance that's maybe keeping me stuck because I'm comparing myself to a past unawakened version of myself.
Let me tell you why you're in the situation you're in. When we decide and declare to the universe, I want to be a spiritual leader or I want to be somebody that makes a difference in the world, which is essentially saying, I want to be a leader and a mentor and whatever you want to call it, practitioner coach, whatever your title is, okay? When we declare that, that is going to inform the subconscious and it's going to inform the universe to set into whatever it is that we'd have resistance to demand us to be developed into be that leader that we desire to be. That doesn't mean it's going to call in, cancer or it's going to call in, some sociopath coming through. It's going to call in whatever it is that you have resistance to. And
Mm-hmm.
this is the true deep awakening. Okay, Michelle, this is the true you awakening saying, wow, I called this in at some level.
Hmm.
So you could go back to that corporate woman 20 years ago and have no worries, but you sure as hell would not be being developed as a leader.
Yep. That really landed. Thank you. Yep.
Now, if you truly are saying, I want to be a leader, I want to make a difference in people's worlds, we have to know that you have to master your mind. And the universe is giving you the exact financial situation for you, the old version of you, to have resistance and have stress and create it and tag it as a negative thing and instantaneously have a negative experience around it, because the gap of suffering is wanting people, places in life, and finances for your circumstance to be different than they are. If you are developing and being a leader, your development is here right now in this divine moment for you to recognize that you cannot be the effect of your finances. The only thing you can ever be the effect of is to your perspective of it. And if you label it bad and wrong and what you don't want, you will instantaneously feel stressed and have resistance to it. That's how powerful you are. That doesn't mean you're delusional and you don't deal with it. You're going to deal with it, but you don't have to be stressed about it.
Hmm. Yep.
In fact, if you loved yourself, why would you stress? It's just harming you. It's not
Yep.
actually helping any of the situation.
Hmm.
So
Yep.
what are you ready to declare for yourself today?
I am ready to declare a new perspective on the challenges I am currently facing in my life, to being perfectly designed lessons for me to become who I know I want to be.
I say yes to that. I'm knowing that so much for you, Michelle. I believe in you and I know the truth of who you are. And I'm just saying thank you so much for being so real, so vulnerable, and so relatable for so many. I'm just taking a deep breath in right now. And I'm just knowing the true spiritual awakening right now, right here for Michelle. I recognize she knows that life is working for her all the time. There's no way it can't be. I recognize that no matter what the situation, it is here working for her to develop her mindset, her skill set, to demand her to do deeper, deeper self-love work, for her to know the truth and to activate and to be developed as the muscle of that amazing leader for herself, for everyone around her, and for the world at large. I'm recognizing this great awakening that's happening right now inside of Michelle, right now. The power to choose non-resistance, the power to see and receive the gifts of the situation right here and right now. And so I'm just knowing this exponentially, not just for her, but for everyone who feels stuck right now, for everyone that's resisting, that everyone wants to be somewhere different than they are right now, knowing that we have to awaken to the divine presence and the gratitude and seeing the gifts and the blessings right now and right here. I say thank you, thank you, thank you. And knowing this woman as a total true leader, building the muscle, and she's going to help so many others who are dealing with any kind of illness, any kind of energetic things, that she'll be able to say, I've been there. And I know exactly how to handle the mindset and the skill set to make that transition in your business or whatever it is that people are doing that are ready to do to claim their birthright of prosperity, live their soul's purpose, and love their lives. I say this in the name of truth, as together we say, and so it is. And so it is, sweetheart. So proud of you.